Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We have extra seats in the balcony. If folks can't find a seat, there's plenty of seats down here. We can't have anybody standing in the back, so please find a way to a seat. Good evening. My name is Ben Wallace. I'm the principal of Marshall Opportunity High School, and welcome to the commencement for the 2021 graduates of Marshall Opportunity High School. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment of silence to remember the loved ones who were not able to make it with us here tonight. Please take a moment of silence. Thank you. I invite you to please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize some people that really made this year special for our students and our school. I'd like to start off with our staff at Marshall Opportunity High School and the individuals who work directly with our kids. When I say your name, please stand up and remain standing until I give direction otherwise. Mr. Josh Adams. Feel free to applause, that's fine. Miss Teresa Black. Miss Lisa Cutsinger. Miss Susan Fox. Mr. Bob Johnson. Mrs. Mary Lynn McMillan. Miss Robin Porter. Mr. Michael Squires. Miss Jane Westfall. And finally, our graduates of 2021. I would like to give a special thanks to Miss Gary. She creates this entire PowerPoint. She calls all the parents, in some cases all over the state. We have Job Challenge kids with us today who come from all over the state, graduate from Opportunity High School. She puts together a program. She organizes everything you hear tonight, so please give her a special welcome too. Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Phil Gardner. Mr. Gardner, can you join me at the podium, please? Mr. Gardner is our ISS coordinator in school suspension, but he is far much more than that. This year we were tasked with a heavy lift of contacting people every day to get contacts. That's how we did our pupil counting this year, and Mr. Gardner was on the phone 3 to 4 days a week, tirelessly all day, every day. When he wasn't on the phone, these individuals sitting right here, there's probably 2 handfuls of them that would not have been here tonight if he would have been there to help them along and show them the way. And some of them just in the last couple days. If it wasn't for him on them, they wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Mr. So we want to present him with this appreciation, just a token of our appreciation from the staff. So with our deepest appreciation, we hereby honor Mr. Phil Gardner in recognition for your passion, unconditional commitment, and enduring dedication in the service to the MOHS and its students. Thank you, Mr. Gardner. At this time, it'd be my pleasure to ask Dr. Randy Davis, Superintendent of Marshall Public Schools, to join me at the podium one last time in welcoming each of you to our evening of celebration.
Okay, so according to the CDC, the DHHS, and the County Health Department, I'm allowed to take my mask off because I'm fully vaccinated and you're all the way over there. Graduates of 2021, I got to tell you, it was an extraordinary year, and it was incredible with the long journey that you have been on to complete your high school diploma and finish your secondary education to move on to your next steps with COVID on top of it. And it's just amazing. It's amazing testament to you. It's amazing testament to your staff, because I know everyone was working hard to keep you focused. Make sure that you understood what the goals were in mind and how you were going to accomplish those. And I just want to congratulate you for finishing, congratulating your parents and family and loved ones that are out in the audience as well. This is an incredible moment for you, and we're extremely proud of you. Let's give a round of applause for that. So let me introduce to you our Board of Education. Well, I'm going to start with, down to the far left is Becky Jones. Becky Jones is our Director of Business Operations and now the Interim Superintendent for this coming year. Becky, stand up please. Our Board Trustee, Matt Davis. Matt. Our Board Trustee, Amanda Langford. Our Board Secretary, Lisa Middleton. And our Board President, Richard Lindsay. I'm going to ask Richard to come up and do a welcome, but before I do, I want to let you know there's 3 other board members that could not make it because of life circumstances tonight. Carrie Nicholson is our Vice President. Shauna Gamble is our Board Trustee. And Larry Williams is our Board Treasurer. So they couldn't make it, but they wish they could. Richard, would you like to come up and say a few words?
All right, Dr. Davis said I could take my mask off, so I'm taking my mask off. I want to welcome everybody tonight on behalf of the Marshall Board, School Board of Education. It's an honor to have all of you here. It's an honor to have the parents, the support groups, all the people that allow the graduates to be here tonight. I do also want to say, relative, Dr. Davis has announced his retirement from Marshall Public Schools, and we are very sad to see him go. But one of his visions when he first came to Marshall Public Schools was to start the Marshall Opportunity School. He recognized that we could turn this into opportunities for students and what that could look like going forward in a positive manner, and what his vision has come to fruition over these last years. So I would just like to, on behalf of the board and on behalf of those here, just give Dr. Davis a round of applause. And with that, again, thank you all for being here, and congratulations to the graduates. We're incredibly proud of you. When in the years to come, you'll talk about the year that you graduated from high school in the midst of a pandemic, and you'll have stories to tell about it, and we'll laugh about wearing these masks and the things that we've done over the last year. I'm proud of all you've done, and again, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Davis, and thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Well, at this time, I'd like to ask our first graduate speaker to come up, Ms. Tyler Kraft.
Good evening, students and parents, and the amazing staff at MOHS. My name is Tyler Kraft. I'm 17, and I'm still kind of waiting for the teachers to start laughing and tell me this is actually a joke, because there's no way I really made it. I can't believe it, but I did, and it's not a joke. I'm just half expecting it to be. I began attending this school about a year or 2 ago, after considering it for a while prior, because my grades were falling, and I was losing hope in myself. I just knew that something needed to change, and nothing that I did worked, so why not try an untraditional way, right? I have dealt with mental health for as long as I can remember, and school has always been a huge stressor in my life. One of the biggest, actually. It's most of the reason why I struggled so much in school. 3 weeks into my sophomore year of high school, I embarked on an amazing journey to success here at MOHS. Before this school, I never really fit in anywhere. Other kids didn't seem to like me at all. I never looked like everyone else, and I just simply lived under different circumstances than most people in my age group. I felt that I was never good enough for anyone, not my peers, and definitely not myself. The only part of school that clicked with me when I was younger was art and writing, so I spent a lot of time in class doodling instead of learning how to divide or listening to a history lecture. In the years to follow, it was all up and downhill for me. I was getting help, but still felt the same heavy weight on my shoulders that kept dragging me farther down this hole, and I didn't think there was a bottom. I hated myself more than anything else in the world, and no matter how unfairly I was treated throughout my life, no one has ever been as mean to me as I was to myself. As time went on, things got tougher, but I had all of these amazing people in my life, and I finally felt like I was on the right path. My problem was, I still felt heavy. I couldn't get out of this there's no point mindset. I was slipping again, but I was so terrified of losing everything that I worked for. I decided to ask for help, and I've been a stronger person since. I didn't lose anything, I gained even more. There's another certain someone who helped me through times where I couldn't see a way out. There's two actually, but they both did all the same for me. Mr. Gardner and Miss Westfall, both staff at MOHS, thank you so much for believing in me and helping me remember my potential and my worth. You both went out of your way at times just to make sure I was okay and on track. You never stopped trying, even when I would start to, and made sure I knew when there was more that I could be doing. You both also made sure I knew when it was enough. I'll never forget your kindness, dedication, and amazing advice. You made a place like school almost an alright place to be. You two have made such a big impact on my life. And don't you dare think for a second that this is the last time you'll be seeing this face. I'm not ready to leave, and I won't lie to you and say that I am ready, or that I've learned all that I need to from this place. The truth is, I wish I had more time. All I can do now, though, is share my immense appreciation for the two of you and try to make you proud. To end this, I'm going to answer a question I hate. What are you going to do after graduating? Whenever someone asks me this, I tell them I'll be a tattoo artist or an author. I'll give you any answer that'll work because I didn't have words for the real one. To be blunt, I am terrified and I don't feel ready to know. But with the experience and guidance I found at MOHS, I know that I'll be okay. I'm going to walk out of this building today and life will go on. So to answer that dumb question, what I'm going to do after high school is keep working hard. I'll find my dream when I dream it. No matter what I do, as long as I don't give up, I know things will be okay. I can't keep living my life hating myself because I'm not like everyone else or because I think I'm only good at failing. I have to be okay with me because there is nothing wrong with me. Thank you to everyone at MOHS who helped me see that and succeed. In life, as you get older, everything gets messy and complicated, and sometimes you feel like no matter what, you're stuck running in place. I now know that with hard work and the right mindset, none of that matters, and I wouldn't have known that had I not gone to the school.
Well, that's a tough act to follow, and it took a tremendous amount of courage. Thank you, Tyler. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Aja Barber to the podium.
Good evening. I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I would also like to thank God because without Him, none of this would have been possible. It is crazy to think that a year ago we all were told to go home for a couple weeks, but school has never been the same. Before COVID hit, I was a straight A student, attending Marshall High School. I was always on the honor roll, attended early college and high school so that I could graduate with not only a high school diploma, but an associate's degree. As the quarantine became longer and longer, school became more tedious. I found it difficult to open my computer, and when I did, it was so much more difficult to focus on school. I would have at least 10 assignments a day, and that wasn't including college work. I wasn't nearly as motivated as I had been. I had always been the type of student that did their work on time, and I always wanted to be ahead of the game. I began to develop a COVID brain. I began to fall behind in school. That drive I had was fading away. I honestly thought that I was a lost cause. My grades had slipped in both high school and college. I even wrote an email to my college saying I needed a break. After sending out that specific email, my mom and I had a meeting at Marshall Opportunity High School with Mrs. McMiller and Mr. Wallace. My mom was shocked because I had put on this facade that I was okay and everything involved in school was perfectly fine, when it really wasn't. After that meeting, I was recommended to see a therapist, and yes, I received therapy. It really has helped me deal with my stress and anxiety. I would also scare myself because I really just wanted to make everyone happy, but you can't make anyone else happy until you yourself are genuinely happy first. After my mental health began to improve, the drive I had to graduate and go back to school came back. Since I went such a long time barely passing and not passing any classes at all, I knew I needed to sit down and reevaluate my entire school situation. After I came to that realization, that's when I contemplated transferring to MOHS. Before I had transferred here, everyone had made it seem like alternative schooling was a place for bad kids. But it's not that at all. It gave a kid like me an opportunity to reset my COVID brain. It really did take a lot for me to make that decision, but I'm truly glad that I did. Honestly, without this school, I wouldn't be here right now telling my story to all of you. I really want people to use me as an example. There's always another way. Even if you feel like there's nothing left, there is always another way. In closing, I would like to thank God again for all the blessings He has put into my life. I would like to thank my parents for never giving up on me. I would like to thank Mrs. McMiller especially because she has been with me through it all, from early college to me coming to MOHS. I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not be afraid to ask for help. You will be so glad that you did. Thank you.
Thank you both. That was very inspiring, and it's amazing what you guys accomplished in such hard times. I'm super proud of you guys. At this time, I'd like to invite the Marshall Board of Education, Dr. Randy Davis, Superintendent, Mr. Richard Lindsay, Ms. Becky Jones, and Mr. Gardner. Please join me at the podium. Mr. Lindsay and Dr. Davis, it is with great pride and pleasure that the staff and administration of Marshall Opportunity High School present to you the class of 2021. The graduates presented before you have met all of the graduation requirements set forth by the Marshall Board of Education, and as principal, I recommend that each of these students be presented with a diploma. You can clap. I would like to remind everyone to please hold your applause till the end so that everybody may hear their name called, and there will be plenty of opportunity to applaud at the end. You accept my recommendation for...
On behalf of the Marshall Board of Education, I'm honored to accept these graduates.
Jeremiah Alford. Colin Arquette. Aja Barber. Ian Barber II. Bodie Blair. Tyler Kraft. Diedrich Gamble II. Ethan Herman. Grace Herman. Ernest Irakosi. Ajane Kemp. Cora Klein. Chloe Kozlowski. Emily Kozlowski. DJ Malinowski. Mary McGivern. Carter Newberry. Talia Nix. Madison Owens. Shy Q. Owens. Jewel Pace. Alexander Pauley. Julian Phillips. Daleana Piercefield. Ben Sherlin. Robert Sterling. Caleb Tanis. Nikita Taylor. Zamaya White. Savannah Wolf.
That was kind of weak. Let's do that again. That's what hard work gets you. Graduates, turn your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you graduates of Marshall Opportunity High School, class of 2021. Thank you all very much for attending.